Hey there, this is Dr. Mort Orman, and I'm shooting this video today standing in front of this tree house or playhouse that was built by my father-in-law many years ago for my daughter. And it's still here on our property, still standing. It was constructed very well. He was a very handy carpenter type guy. Although he was an Air Force professional for most of his life, he was very good with building things. So he built this out of in his own hands, and it's still standing today. As I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about this week in my series of videos for the week, obviously there are a lot of things going on today, and one of the primary themes for this week, current events-wise, is the Republican National Convention being held in Cleveland, Ohio, and all the security issues and things surrounding that, as well as other incidents that have happened in the past week or so regarding police shootings. And it made me think about, obviously, the central person around the Republican convention, namely Donald Trump. And it reminded me of the first time I actually got to see him in action. I really didn't know much about him until I started watching the Apprentice TV show many years ago. The show ran for 14 seasons. It started in 2004 on NBC. And I started watching it, and I was really surprised about how I was attracted to it. I didn't think I was going to be attracted to it. Like I said, I didn't know anything about Donald Trump. I didn't know anything about his family, about his business, other than just knowing he was a successful, accomplished billionaire. But I never got to see him in action. And I know most people have a negative view of reality shows. It's like they're all concocted, they're manipulated. The producers in the background are, they're showing you certain things and not showing you other things. And there's a whole sense of dishonesty and disillusionment and worthlessness around reality TV shows as a predominant opinion. But I was really impressed with some aspects of the Apprentice show that I thought really related to what it takes. We have a truck going by here, so I'll wait for that to pause for a moment. What it takes to really be able to eliminate stress in your life. And I thought that the show demonstrated some skills and some skill sets and some principles that were very important. So I was immediately attracted to it. Not so much being attracted to Donald Trump per se, but being attracted to some of the skills that he was demonstrating and other people in the program were demonstrating. So I wanted to shoot a series of videos this week to kind of tease out different aspects of that show, that hopefully many of you at least have seen a couple episodes of, that I think really provide very important lessons for us as to how to deal with stress. And the first aspect of the show that I want to tease out, it's actually pretty obvious, but when you think about it for a moment, it may not be so obvious in how it relates to stress. But the idea that the whole show and every episode was built around the contestants having a major problem or challenge that they had to solve. And that was the essence of each episode. There were two teams, usually started off with 16 or 18 or so people divided into two teams. And each week they were each given a challenge or problem to solve, and they had to work together and solve it, and the team that did it the best ended up winning that week's competition and was immune from having a member eliminated, and the team that lost had to face the consequences. And the reason I'm teasing out that element of the show for you is because if you followed my work at all and know the way I think about stress, is I really see stress as nothing more than problems in life. Stress is just a word that we use to talk about very specific problems in our lives. Could be anxiety problems, anger problems, relationship problems, work problems, financial problems, whatever it is. We ourselves, just like the contestants on The Apprentice, are faced with challenging problems that we need to solve. So in that sense, The Apprentice TV show, as you get to watch a group of people, or two groups of people actually, try to solve the identical problem or challenge and produce the best results, you get a window into what we have to do with ourselves every single day. if we want to have less stress in our lives. We have to identify the problems. We have challenges that are placed in front of us. We have to solve them as best we can. And we're either going to win or we're going to lose. And if we win, we get happiness and peace of mind and good health and vitality and productivity and prosperity. And when we lose against those challenges, we end up, feeling upset, feeling tense, feeling irritable, losing our sense of well-being, maybe even damaging our health, diminishing our productivity, and those kinds of things. So I want to focus on, there's several aspects of The Apprentice that I think are very educational for us, and you can learn a lot about what it takes to master stress and deal with stress from that TV show. And so I'm just underscoring the first one today, which is it's very similar in the sense that it presents the people in the show with problems and challenges to deal with, just like we have problems and challenges in our lives that we have to deal with every day for years and years and years until we die. So that's the first part of this series, and I will address another aspect of the show and how it relates to stress in my next video this week. See you then.